Alright, what's up everybody? So we are going to jump into the should you buy the new battle pass, right? Now the reason I'm making this video is because we actually have new additions to the battle pass. I know, crazy. Sarl actually decided they wanted to update their battle pass for once. Now the new things aren't too crazy. I'll do a quick recap if you haven't looked at the battle pass in a minute. The light cone on the screen is a new remembrance light cone. It increases crit rate, and if you have a memory spread on the field, you get increased damage dealt, right? Which is actually Castor's second best light cone besides her own. So if you end up not pulling Castor's light cone, or you're skipping it, or whatever it may be, right? You can get this light cone, and you are good to go. Obviously, it's going to be nowhere near as good as hers, because that's just how they sell light cones nowadays. It still is pretty solid. Now, the main reason for making this video is the new item called a light cone memory shard. You get 4 of these and you can pick a 5-star light cone from the exchange shop. The only other way to get this is to spend a certain amount of money during the anniversary update, and then other than that, you pretty much just have to spend money on the battle pass. Unfortunately, you can't get it for free. I thought at first you could get it free, but nope, you have to buy the generic Nameless Glory and then the Nameless Meta, which is the one that costs pretty much double. It could be different in other countries, right? For me, it's $20, which the default is 10. You get a second one, meaning you have to buy 2 of the more expensive battle passes to get 1 light cone, or 4 of the regular one. If you don't spend money on the battle pass, you're not going to get this item at all, which is kind of unfortunate, right? Other than that, the only real incentive to get the more expensive one is to get the icons, which, I mean, you can get it if you want. It's really just, do you like the characters enough to get the icon, right? I normally just pick it for a character I really like, and then I don't even bother with that. I just get the generic one because it's cheaper, and I don't really care about getting the 10 extra levels and like the little bit of currency. It's just not worth it. I don't even think it's worth it for the light cone shard. Maybe if they added more recent light cones, then I'd consider it, but I don't mind waiting a few more updates. Unfortunately, it is updates as well. It's not just one banner and the next banner. You actually have to wait 4 whole version updates. That is quite a while, I'm not gonna lie. Now, besides that, some of the good stuff in the battle pass are fuel. You get relic remains, you get 4 singles on the special banner. You also get self-modeling resin and wishful resin along with a dice, which is actually really good, right? Of course, this is all for $10 and you still have to actually complete the battle pass, but as long as you play regularly, you should be able to get it done. Also, another thing with the battle pass, which is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie, is the level you actually get the light cone shard. You get it at level 10, which is a lot cheaper than I thought you'd get it at, right? You still have to buy it, obviously, but it is a pretty low level, which is pretty nice, especially if you're someone who doesn't get to play too often. Um, me personally, I have enough time to just do my dailies and complete the battle pass, but for whatever reason, let's say you go on vacation like me, or you're just too busy throughout the day and you just can't get it done, you don't have to go too far to actually get the light cone material. Now, is the battle pass worth it, right? You gotta ask yourself a few things. Do you need the materials, right? Because mostly what the battle pass is a way to get your characters built faster, as you get stuff like weapon XP, overall credits, books, and whatnot. You also get fuel, which you can use to farm more trace materials, and you also get the trace material replacements. So instead of farming up traces, you can just use the trace material replacement and go from there. Pretty much, it's just a way to build characters quicker. If you have all your characters built that you want, the battle pass kind of loses value because there's not a whole ton of pull incentives in it. I guess the new light cone shard stuff is pretty nice, but overall, it's really just about building characters. Now, I will probably never recommend buying the more expensive one. It's just not worth it. But the cheaper one is a pretty solid option. Uh, in terms of what light cone you should get from that, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, what if I don't want the remembrance one, right? If I have Crestos's light cone and she's the only remembrance character I have, should I even bother getting a light cone? Well, unfortunately, all the light cones are pretty bad. I don't think there's a single decent one. Technically, the only decent one is the Erudition one. which increases damage dealt based off your energy. But other than that, every single one is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Even if you can't use the Remembrance one now, I'd highly recommend grabbing it anyway, just because in the future it'll probably be a lot of characters, especially DPS's second best in slot. So you might as well grab it if you are grabbing the light cone. But like I said, all the other ones are pretty damn bad. Like, let me I can't pull it up on the screen, but I have it up on my phone. The Nihility one, after the warrior uses a base attack or skill, deals additional damage equal to 48% of the warrior's attack to a random enemy target that's been attacked. Like, who's using that? Who is using that? It is so insultingly bad, right? But anyway, that'll pretty much be it. Quick recap. New light cone option. You need to buy 4 battle passes, so that's actually like 40 USD. That's actually quite a bit, looking at it that way, but it is a lot cheaper than actually having to summon for the light cones. There is that to look forward to. The light cones are Luochas, Fushuan, Zele's Blades, and who am I forgetting? Road Maze, right? We are missing I believe, what? We have Hunt, we have Abundance. I actually have to double check. I'm actually forgetting one. Yeah, we have Harmony, Preservation, Destruction, Abundance, Hunt. We're missing Irradiation, right? So they'll probably add Jingyun's light cone because it does say stay tuned because there should be more redeemable light cones in the future. So they're probably going to add Jingyun's because he's the only Irradiation character, I think, at all from 1.0, unless I'm forgetting someone, right? No, there's Argenti. It could be Argenti is actually pretty solid too. So if you're looking for an Irradiation light cone, you could save these up once you get 4 and wait. I'm sure he will probably be the next one to be added because it's the standard banner characters and then the 2 you get from the exchange shop, right? So if you're looking for those, I'd say the light cone itself is pretty valuable along with other stuff. So if you're looking to get the light cone, I'd say the price is worth it, honestly. I know it's $40 overall, but the rewards you get with it, and it'd be cheaper than just actually going for the light cone. I do think it's worth it, but it does suck that you don't get it for free. Maybe if it just was like it costed more, like you had to get 8 updates worth or something like that, because maybe they just see it as you're getting it too quickly. I'm not too sure, but overall, it looks pretty nice to me. I think we're like one update of the battle pass. If they add like one more thing to it, I think it'd be like the best deal by far in Star. I still think the login bonus is the best one to buy if you're going to spend, and then the second is the battle pass. I think is a very close second. But let me know in the comments what you think of the battle pass. Do you think it's getting better? Do you think it's still not worth it? How many times have you bought the battle pass? And then of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully the next video I record will be at my PC, so it's not as jank. But anyway, thanks for watching.